128 steps. I'm not going to be healthy today. All right. Hey guys, it's Psychotic Cat. This is my second video ever. I'm super excited to start out on my channel, not just do introductions. So today I'm going to be talking about a story and a skill, kind of my story behind how I found out a coping skill. And this one actually isn't one that I came up with myself, it's one that I learned from somebody else. So basically, I was in a psych hospital when I found out about this coping skill. A friend of mine went into an anxiety attack and she was curled up against the wall and she was just breathing really quickly, very shallow breaths, and she wouldn't look up. And then, as soon as she started doing that, another friend came over and she started saying, "Friend," I'm not going to give out any names because I don't have their consent or anything like that. So she started saying, "Hey friend, I know that everything is scary right now. Everything is terrifying. I know you feel overwhelmed and that there's so much going on. But right now, I need you to focus on the now, this instance, the reality you're in right now. So I need you to tell me, what are 5 things that you can see?" My friend wouldn't lift up her eyes. She just kept down, and she wouldn't look up. She refused to look up. But my friend lifted up her chin and said, "Look at me, okay? Look at me. What are 5 things you see?" And she started naming off different facial features of this friend. And she said, good job. Now I need you to find 4 things you can hear." Now that her eyes were focused somewhere else, she needed to focus on her ears and what was going on around her and what she could hear. So she started naming off the voices she heard from other people in the room. She started naming off hearing the air conditioner going. She started naming off hearing her friend's voice talk to her in a calm manner and try to calm her down. Eventually, she got down to 3 things that she could touch. So she had her hearing. She was grounded with hearing. She was grounded with her sight. Now she had 3 things she could touch. So she grabbed my friend's hands and she said, "I feel your hands. I feel your hands." She said, "Okay, good. Now what is something else you can feel?" She laid her hands on the ground. She said, I can feel the carpet. I feel it." She said, "Okay, something else you can feel. One more thing, come on." And she thought about it for a little while and she said, I feel the clothes on my skin. I feel them touching my skin." And then she eventually moved on to smell. She started smelling. She has her feelings grounded, her touch. She has her hearing grounded, and now she has her sight grounded. Next, it's time to work on her smell. She said, "What are 2 things you can smell?" 2 things. We've done 5. We've done 4. We've done 3. We've done 2 now. What's 2 things that you can smell? And she goes, I smell the apple juice, because we had just had our snacks, so the apple juice was kind of the drink that they gave us. And then she said, "Okay, good. What's one more thing you can smell?" She said, I smell the sweat of everybody else in the room, because we had been playing games, so we were sweating, and we were kind of stinky, but doesn't change the fact that she still smelled it. So she said, "I smell the sweat and I smell the apple juice." She said, good. Now I need you to find 1 thing you can taste." And she said, "How would I do that?" And she started freaking out. She said, No. There are plenty of things that you can taste. What's something you taste right now? Your smell is a part of your taste. What's something you can taste? She said, I taste my tears that were running down my face." She said, good. Now explain that to me. Tell me what it tastes like." She said it tasted salty, and she started to slow her breathing down. She was able to slow herself down because she focused on all of her senses. She took herself out of her mind and into the real world, into her reality in that moment. So when you're dealing with anxiety, it's because your mind is overloaded. It's because your mind is overloaded with the things going on outside of your control, or sometimes even things inside your control that you don't feel you did good enough. But let me tell you something. You're good enough. You've done enough. You've tried your hardest, and if you've tried your hardest, of course you're going to be doing great. So when she was dealing with this anxiety attack, it was because of the things going on outside of her control. So she had to get herself out of her mind and into her reality, what was going on around her in that moment. And so that's kind of the story behind the coping skill that I learned. I have never done it to myself because it's really hard to, while you're in those anxiety attacks, do it yourself and to talk yourself out of it. So that's why the next video on Monday, I'm going to be making videos every Monday and every Wednesday. So this next video that I'm going to make just an audio file with some serene sounds in the background of me telling you what are 5 things that you can see. And I'm gonna go down that list. I'm gonna do the countdown of your senses. So then if any of you are ever going through any anxiety or anything you can't, control or understand, and it starts playing off in your head is too much, you can just listen to this soundtrack and maybe it'll help you. I always want to make sure that I give those skills out to you guys so you can use them and get that help that you need. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to my story, and I really look forward to making this skill out for you guys so that y'all can maybe get some help from it. And thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching and liking this video. I have a couple announcements. I have made a Patreon account. So you can go to the link that's in the description below this video, and it's going to go to my Patreon. This Patreon account is kind of going to give, some startup for me, but 50% of all the proceeds that are made are going to go to the different hotlines and the charities associated with these hotlines that I mentioned on my website, which is the other link. There's going to be a link below from my website as well, so you can kind of see who your money is going to, what it's going to, and the different types of people that you'll be able to help. So I really look forward to seeing how this goes, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me some of your stories and skills. I'd love to hear about them, and maybe I'll feature them on another video.